Hello children of the net, and I hope you're well. Welcome to a new Music Alerts video, and this week, well, it's CDs all the way. To begin, one of the most underrated prog outfits of our times, that's Greenslade, fronted by keyboard man Dave Greenslade, late of the jazz rock outfit Colosseum. At the BBC is a 2-CD collection from Repertoire in the UK, presented in a jewel case and surrounded by an O-card. This collection features all of the band's BBC sessions recorded between 1973 and 1974, which means you also get 2 in-concert performances, plus sounds of the 70s fronted by the one and only Bob Harris. All tracks have been remastered, plus you get a very nice 24-page booklet with a Dave Greenslade interview and notes by noted journalist Chris Welsh. Next we have pianist, is it Melanie Dalibert? Apologies if not, and the album Eden Fall. I'll put a Bandcamp link below if you need it. Presented in a Digipack gatefold, this is one of those piano ambience albums. This is where your reviewer also started to write this piece of editorial, then stopped in mid-sentence while the music played in the background, sat back in his chair, stared out of the window and considered life, watched tree branches moving in the wind, considered the clouds, wondered exactly how green the grass actually was. It's that kind of album. Then there's Pacôme Genty, again, big apologies if I've got that wrong, probably have, and the album Hestia, also via a Digipack gatefold. Again, I'll post a Bandcamp link below. Based on acoustic guitar fingerpicking of a sort, the treated Genty vocals are flavoured with an airy reverb. They sound rather wistful, a little dreamy, a bit poppy, kind of folky, something you might hear in the 60s because it's awfully groovy. On to Ace Records now, and Something's Up, apparently, a compilation devoted to John Barry, his film, TV and studio work 1964 to 1967. So, we get to hear the great man's productions for movies like The Knack, the theme from the film King Rat, which, incidentally, if you've never seen it, it's a quite superb film, highly recommended. George Segal stars, Brian Forbes directs, back to the plot. Hey, anyway, You Only Live Twice, that's on here too, Goldfinger is another one, and many more. There's also a rather lovely 20-page booklet. Also from Ace is a bit of swing beat from New Jill Swing, basically female R&B from 1988 to 1994, featuring the likes of En Vogue, Jade, Akron White, Tracy Spencer, Pebbles, and many more, produced by people like Terry Riley and Jam and Lewis. On to UK outfit Avid now, and 4 classic albums from Shirley Bassey, all of them rather early outings too, packed onto 2 CDs and presented in a jewel case. They include Born to Sing the Blues, 1958, and the fabulous Shirley Bassey, 1959, because, well, she is a bit fabulous as old Shirley, the bewitching Miss Bassey, and she's a bit of that, of course, too, and the rather prosaically entitled Shirley from 1961. Also, another Avid release is devoted to English jazz man Tubby Hayes, again over 2 CDs, 4 albums, beginning with the, how would you describe this? It's kind of split album, and that one included, this is from 1956 I think it was, included Tubby Hayes and his orchestra, the New Jazz Group, and the Vic Ash Quartet. That one was called The Modern Jazz Scene, so a bit of a sampler, I suppose. Second one is Tubby Hayes Quintet After Lights Out from 1959. Third, the Jazz Couriers featuring Tubby Hayes and Ronnie Scott, called The Last Word from 1959 as well. And finally, Tubby Hayes, Tubbs in New York, or Tubbs in NY, as it says on the sleeve, 1962. Moving on to Cherry Red now, and the multi-gatefold digipack production of Toyah and Warrior Rock. This is basically Toyah on tour, the 1982 double album, now remastered from the original tapes. and expanded to 3 CDs with 26 previously unreleased bonus tracks, including a full band rehearsal. Also on Cherry Red is the compilation No Songs Tomorrow. This is a clamshell box, a collection of 80s dark wave, cold wave and the like over 3 CDs, plus an interesting booklet, and including well-known names like The Cure, Cocteau Twins, Alien Sex Fiend, Dead Can Dance, Red Lorry, Yellow Lorry, which I always have to say very slowly. But you get more obscure acts, and this is where my interest is piqued, I suppose. People like, well, obscure to me anyway, people like Sad Lovers and Giants, Iron Curtain, Invisible Limits, Attrition, and the wonderfully named Executive Slacks. And it's for those bands that I'm excited to hear this box set. Now, a lot of these bands are still going and doing very nicely, thank you. One band in particular, Black Tape for a Blue Girl, have produced 13 albums over 40 years, and I've missed every single one of them. Rise and Fall of a Decade is a French cold wave outfit. I've never heard of them. And the Sheffield band UV Pop had associations with Cabaret Voltaire. I've never heard of UV Pop. So I've got some homework to do. On to Jasmine now, and bluesman Sonny Terry. He's here with the 1950s singles plus, subtitled Ride and Roll. This is a 30-track compilation, and it shows the man's R&B output. In the background on most of these tracks is his colleague, Walter Brownie McGee. Now, as the label has it, there's not a great deal of recent CD activity from Sonny Terry, so this release is welcome. Speaking of blues, and also on Jasmine, is Washboard Sam and the album Diggin' His Potatoes, which is rather an evocative title, I'm sure you'll agree. A 2 CD pack, this 52-track collection gives you the small group format, but there's some well-known names here with old Sammy Boy. There is Big Bill Brunsey, Black Bob, Memphis Slim, Roosevelt Sykes, Frank Owens, Ransom Knowling, and Willie Dixon. Quite a cast, hey. These blues classics cover the years 1935 to 1953, and they cover a host of labels, including Bluebird, RCA Victor, Chess, and a whole lot more. And that's it, folks. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video, and thank you also for all of your support. And can you just give me a bit more, please, if that's all right with you? Just down below, clicking on the like and subscribe buttons will help this channel sail through the algorithm, so that'd be much appreciated, please. And I'll be here next time. No, how does that go? How did you say it? I'll be here this time next week. It's that way around, isn't it? I'll be here this time next week with another one of these, and I hope to have your company. So, hope you can join me then. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.